Dinosaurs were just big lizards that lived with Adam and Eve. They did not live millions of years ago.
Who the f starts a conversation like that? I just sat down.
Let's try that again, shall we? Because if you think a Stegosaurus is just a giant iguana, then you clearly slept through all of your biology classes, Kent. The term dinosaur does literally mean terrible lizard, but it's a semantic trap to try and blur millions of years of distinct evolutionary biology. And why does he do that? Well, it's because Kent is a bit of a twat.
Shut up and sit down, you big bald f***.
Please subscribe.
So tonight, whack an atheist. So many atheists, so little time. Who gets whacked first tonight? The winner is Dan, a.k.a. Slyman Dan. Claims that he uses science, reason, and logical thinking to promote the proven natural history of life, the Earth, and the universe.
Now, my last video about Kent Hovind was called Why Do People Hate Kent Hovind? And he's proven to us yet again why that is the case. Why have you had to put Dan's real name on the screen? Why are you so obsessed with what people call themselves?
Dan, if you think evolution is a proven, natural history, you are nuts, okay? Companies pay lots of money for Dan to advertise for them, right? Like the Buy Raycon, whatever it is, headsets, okay? Dan advertises for me for free.
I think you meant to say Dan shows people how much of a moron you are for free. Although I'm not sure why he bothers, or why I do for that matter. You do a perfectly fine job of that yourself.
Dan constantly makes his wild claims about evolution. He tries to defend it with no scientific evidence for years.
So what would you have us do, Kent? The same as you, is it? Just make up whatever shit sounds about right. Even though, when it comes from you, it's always wrong. Now, what clowns like Hovind are attempting to do is essentially prove that the current understanding of biology is completely wrong, using only his feelings, his faith, and a PowerPoint presentation from 1998.
Dan, let's let you talk for a minute.
A few weeks ago, I featured Kent Hovind on this channel responding to the atheists of Reddit. It was a pretty cringy video, and honestly, I thought he wouldn't be able to outdo himself.
Well, I never, in my wildest imagination, thought I would hear myself saying this. I forgot what I was going to say, though.
See, Dan does not really understand.
You shut the fuck up, Clem Fandango.
I've remembered. Well, you thought wrong, Dan, didn't you?
This tinfoil Tuesday with him wearing the tinfoil hat is very appropriate for you, Dan. You're the one that believes in miracles. Yeah, life started from non-living matter.
What an absolute loser. He calls us the miracle believers because we accept abiogenesis. Well, if you know, you know. The scientific hypothesis that simple life arose from non-living chemicals over billions of years. He wants to equate a vast, slow, complex geomechanical process governed by physics and chemistry with check notes, a dude in the sky snapping his fingers and saying, "Let there be fish." The irony is so thick. Well, it's as thick as Kent. But the irony is so thick you could carve a model ark out of it. We are the ones who believe life arose through observable natural mechanisms. You are the ones who believe in a literal 6-day universe creating, magic word saying miracle worker. And doesn't Genesis say that God created Adam from the dirt on the ground, Kent? Now, I'm not an expert, nor do I pretend to be, unlike you, but I would definitely classify dirt as non-living matter, wouldn't you, Kent?
Here we go.
This guy did a program, Why I'm an Atheist. We talked about that last night, so I'm in our Whack an Atheist program. Name is Stephen something, I forget. He said he gave all the reasons why he's an atheist, and he's all proud of himself, Stephen Harrison. So let's see. Then I want to go to slide number 239 and just cover one point that he made. His point number 9, where we left off last night. Number 9. I asked for proof before belief. This is why he's an atheist. Not an unreasonable request. You want proof before you believe. See, Stephen, you got a problem here. You've decided you're not going to believe until it's proven to you. I've chosen I'm going to believe God until it's proven wrong.
People, not atheists, Kent. People ask for proof before belief because that's how the entire foundation of science, law, and critical thinking operates. We don't assume something is true until the evidence forces us to concede the point. Now, Clem Fandango here is saying he's chosen to believe God is real until it's proven wrong. That's not a choice. That's the absolute definition of intellectual apathy. Or more accurately, the Kent Hovind burden of proof boogie. He's neatly sidestepped the entire necessity of demonstrating his own claims and instead has put the burden of proof on the universe to disprove his highly specific, entirely unevidenced narrative. That's like saying, I believe I have a pet dragon living in my garage until you can prove I don't. The atheist isn't the one with a problem, pal. The problem is that you think belief should be the default setting.
And that is totally backwards, by the way.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Dan.
You believe an amoeba can turn to a whale over billions of generations until it's proven wrong. You believe all the layers of the earth are different ages until that's proven wrong. You believe lots of things until it's proven wrong, Dan. Do you see the problem here?
Now, I can't speak for Dan, obviously, but I can see a problem, Kent. You're a massive hypocrite. All those things that you said Dan believes until they get proven wrong haven't been proven wrong, have they, you dick? Hence us still accepting the evidence that supports them. Belief has nothing to do with it. You are the ones who believe things that aren't supported by evidence, not us. Just get over yourself, Kent. We are right, you are wrong, and the world just keeps on spinning.
Kent's answer to everything, that is. Let's see how you fare on Judgment Day. So scary.
Dan, don't people drive on the highway kind of, nervous about the police? That keeps them in line. The fact that they know they might be judged for, speeding or something or breaking the law. Don't criminals have a little bit of fear of, doing things wrong for fear they might get caught?
Well, I wouldn't know, Kent, and I'm sure Dan wouldn't either. Now, you are the convicted felon, so you tell us.
You should have a little bit of fear because you're going to stand before the Creator that you deny one day.
Which one, Kent? God, Yahweh, Allah, Zeus, Poseidon, Shiva, Odin, Ganesh, Vishnu, Brahman. I mean, there's loads to choose from. And threatening people who don't believe in any of them, well, it's not really that scary.
Accepting what has been proved and being fully open to what has not been proved. That's great, okay? It has not been proved that all matter and energy in the universe can fit in a dot. That has not been proved.
Nobody says that all matter and energy was in a literal dot. The singularity at the start of the Big Bang was not a marble floating in space.
Nobody says we came from a dot.
Come on then, Plato, enlighten me.
This is from the European Space Agency. You're over there in Europe, in England. Time, space, and matter all began with the Big Bang. In a fraction of a second, the universe grew from smaller than a single atom. Are you listening, Dan? Smaller than a single atom to bigger than a galaxy. Wow.
He's doing that thing where he thinks describing the scientific model in a highly simplified, incredulous tone instantly debunks it. He seems to believe that the Big Bang followed by a period of cosmic inflation sounds impossibly vast and rapid to him, therefore it must be fiction. Now, Kent, you seem to think that we think that everything that we have today popped out 13.8 billion years ago. No, nobody is saying that. But congratulations, knobhead, you've successfully summarized one of the most well-supported cosmological models in history, and your only rebuttal is a dramatic, sarcastic wow.
Wow.
Did you have that wow written for you, Kent, or do you just think it up on the spot? It's not a conspiracy, you clown, it's physics. We've been able to calculate the rate and scale of that expansion because we can observe the evidence it left behind, like the uniform glow of the cosmic microwave background radiation. What evidence have you got? And don't say the Bible, you dickhead. The Bible, you can't use something to prove itself.
Dan, let me explain it to you. If you take a grain of salt, okay, take a table salt, look at it through the magnifying glass. If we expanded a cube of salt to be the size of the Sears Tower, only they changed the name of it now, okay, Willis Tower, who cares? If we expanded that grain of salt to be, the height of the Sears Tower, or 1,451 feet, the Willis Tower, and width and length, okay? the molecules would then slowly grow to become as big as the original grain of salt.
You're not debunking the Big Bang, you were just demonstrating that you're far more intimidated by the scale of real cosmology than you are by the scale of your own flawed calculations. And the fact that you think teaching us an atom is smaller than a molecule is a gotcha moment against astrophysics is just completely nuts.
Yes, you do believe everything fit in a dot.
Belief has nothing to do with it, Ken. Think. But while we're on the subject of belief, don't you believe that some hippie-looking guy was just hanging around in the Far East turning water into wine, and when he wasn't turning it into wine, he was walking on it? Completely nuts for believing verifiable science.
Is there another name for something like an atom? Joseph, what am I missing here? A speck? Would that be better? What word do you use over there in England, Dan? A dot? A speck? How about, I got it. Just imagine the smallest things you can imagine, boys and girls. The whole universe fit in the box, smaller than that.
The problem is, it doesn't matter if you call the initial singularity an atom, a dot, a speck, or call it whatever you want. Call it Margaret for all I care. The scientific term, Kent, the one backed by physics, maths, and observational evidence, is the initial singularity. And the key isn't the size either. The key is the mind-blowing concentration of energy and matter described by Einstein's field equations.
The point in which our current physics, so relativity, stops being able to describe the conditions. All space, time, matter, and energy were an extremely hot, dense state. But
A hot, dense speck. Is that what it is? Okay, call it a speck then.
Oh, come on, Kent, I know you're an old man, maybe you should try your ear trumpet or something, but Dan didn't say speck, dot, or anything. He said state, as in the state of the universe at that time.
All the energy, Dan, think about it. How much energy has been used by all the stars in all the universe in all 14.72 billion years?
How much energy is being used is entirely meaningless. Energy isn't used up in the way you're imagining, Kent. Like we're draining some giant cosmic battery. It just changes form. The mass in a star is converted to energy via nuclear fusion, and that energy radiates away as light and heat, increasing the universe's overall entropy. And Kent, the only thing being used up here is your credibility. Actually, we may already be too late for that to matter.
In your imagination. That's a whole lot of heat. And it's all fitting. That was a one hot dot. Woo-wee. He says, well, space was in there too. Okay, what was outside of the dot? If the dot contained all space, what was an inch away from that dot?
Kent, when cosmologists say the initial singularity contained all space, they mean that space itself, the fabric. Now, the inch you're so worried about was part of that dot or speck or singular, call it whatever you want, I couldn't give a crap. But there was no outside because the expansion was the cause of outside. And asking what was an inch away from the Big Bang is like asking what's north of the North Pole or what colour the number 7 is. It's just a nonsensical question that only serves to prove one thing, that you, Dr. Dipshit,
not a doctor,
are completely terrified of any concept that requires you to think beyond 3 simple dimensions and a literal 6-day timeline.
Huh?
Well, if that doesn't perfectly sum up Kent's understanding of reality, then I don't know what does. Don't forget to like the smash button before you leave, and don't forget that I'm live today, tomorrow and Friday for about 7 hours each day for channel members and Patreons to follow along and contribute to my video essays / mini documentaries. It's a good laugh, you should check it out if you want to. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you again on Friday at 7:30 PM UK time, 2:30 PM Eastern, where I will be taking a deep dive into faith healers. Love you. Bye.
Out of everything that's on the internet, this is the best thing.
Now, I was going to tell you a joke today about a girl I used to know who'd been a vegetarian all her life, but then I thought it's completely pointless because you've probably never heard of her before.
I don't think so. No, no, no,
no, I don't think so. No, 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 it's never, ever, 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 ever go.